Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to the family. If you're returning, thanks a million. So guys, I've been wanting to touch on this topic that I see, you know, making it rounds on social media, on TikTok and on YouTube to be exact. And it's the female pastor that fall for the apostle. I've seen a lot of videos on it, a lot of video on it. But guys, what do you all think? I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it is right here. So I'm gonna play a little bit of it so we can try and see how much we can analyze everything that they say is happening with this couple. And do you all think that a woman can take another woman husband away from them, or a man can take another man's wife away from them? Do you all think that is possible? For me, I don't think it's possible. I don't think there's no man that can take any woman from another man. They go free will, unless they literally do something to. You all know what I'm talking about, because if you all I watch a lot of African movie where they put a spell on the person, or something like that. And we all know that some of these things happen in real life. Yeah, they happen in real life, but I do not think it is possible. I don't think it's possible for anything like that to happen. But let us listen a little bit of this lady interview, I think with the star. So we're gonna play.
So Kerriann just hold me. So I tell her, I said, no, it wasn't Toby, I'm a whole.
No, that was one part. That was one part in it that I was saying that I do not think that what she said right there was a good thing to say, knowing that she says she's a pastor. You have a lot of fake pastors out there. A lot of fake pastors, but we're gonna get into it. So guys, let me turn this down because I don't want, and I'm not gonna really play a lot of it because, as you know, it's not my content. We all know how YouTube is, but I just wanted to touch on it a little bit and hear what you guys think about this whole scenario.
Over the past week or so, the past several days. What's happening? Well, everything started from got married in 2023, right? Um, things was going okay. Things are going real good. She have some good deeds about her, yes. But everything take a turn in 2023 just the same. Yes, got married. The abuse start like
Where were you living at the time?
Maypen, then I moved to Old Harbor. Yes. And everything take a turn. She start to like program in the way that she want and not what I want. So if I go to the Western Union, I would have to show her receipt. If I go to the supermarket, I would have to video call her and show her the food in the fridge. If not, it's just
Okay. He said he got married in 2023. Everything was going good. I don't really think so. I don't believe that part, because 2023 is 12 months. 12 months in 1 year. How is it that you got married in 2023, everything was going good, until all in a sudden there's a change? Normally you just got married, that's when both of you supposed to be so much in love with each other. That's my thought, right? That's when you two of you supposed to want to be all over each other, want to be in each other's space at all time. All time you want to be in each other's space, right? Because you just got married. So you got married 2023. You said things was going right. Things was, things was nice until all of a sudden there's a change. What makes, what happened? Why that change? Did you do something to cause this person to not, that they don't want to trust you? Did you say something? Because this is what happened, a lot of men do not understand, we have some women like me. I'm an overthinker. I am an overthinker, people. Me, and now I'm not gonna lie to you, me overthink. I'm an overthinker. And I always tell my friends, I said, hey, guess what? Be careful what you say to me, and be careful what you say around me. Because you might think that I'm not gonna look into it, and I will look into it. And I will start to think very deep into it. Look deep into it too. Because sometimes for me, because I'm an overthinker, I guess I use these things to protect my heart. These things I use to build a barrier around it. You understand? Because that's why I tell you before, I said, any man that I'm with, if you slip, you slide with me. That's me. I can't. I was at my big sister live last night, but you all know I was at work. I think I made up maybe about one or two texts in there last night. And they were on the dirty couch, and they were talking about dating and all that. And it was really festive. But this video is not really for that. But I was just saying, based on some of the comment that I see in there, I'm like, oh wow. Yeah, so I'm an overthinker. But for this lady, for this gentleman, yeah, the apostle, he's a very cute young man. Cute. The pastor look like she's older than him. She looks older. Or maybe she might not be, because some of these ladies, because they're big in body, sometimes they show age, and they are not that old. But anyway, as I was saying, something have to happen. Why all of a sudden you guys married in 2023, and in that same year the lady cannot trust you? What happened? I mean, why did she marry you then? Something happened. You do something, you say something, right? Why she can't trust you? Because I can't really see how she could make a 360 turn so fast. Because you say at first things was going right, things was okay. But anyway, guys, we're gonna continue to listen a little bit more and hear what this gentleman is saying. So we're gonna listen some more.
It's a whole lot of argument. Yes.
So she wasn't overseas and you were here.
Yes. No, didn't know pastor until 2024. But in 2023, just the same, she write me a divorce paper. Yes, could not sign it.
No, people. The same 2023 that you got married is the same 2023 you get a divorce paper. No, people, please, please let me understand that one, because I can't understand. That means to say there was no love. They didn't marry for love. It was never love. There was no love. He said that he did not meet the pastor until 2024. That's the following year. So I can't understand. I think there's a lot more to this story than what this apostle is saying. There's a lot more to this story. This story is not just, there's a lot more, right? But I see a lot of people on it, and they are blaming the pastor, right? They are blaming the pastor. I'm not here to blame anybody. And if I was to blame anybody, I would blame the apostle, because if you say you never meet the pastor until 2024, and you've been having problem in your marriage from the moment you not get married, because there's no way you can get married 2023 and the same 2023 the person give you a divorce paper. Come on, man, something is going on. Something you've been doing that maybe this person just cannot deal with. But let us listen some more.
because of the name that she spelled my name wrong. Yeah, so still go on, still go on. The question asks why
And
I
and how can you marry someone and do not can't spell the person's name? I don't understand. I mean, if you're not married 2023, you have to have a marriage certificate, don't it? So if you're gonna do a divorce and you're not sure how the person name spell, then why don't you look at the marriage certificate? Because obviously the person name have to spell correctly on the marriage certificate. Isn't that so? Anyway, let us listen some more.
is so long because I believe in changes. I believe people can change, right? Um, Living in Maple and everything start. Like most of the time when I go to church, because I would have presented to her that I'm a pastor. Yes. Now going to church, I would have asked to leave. Why church is keeping so long, and all of these things. Now remember,
So you had to leave.
Yes.
Although you were the pastor.
Yes.
You had to leave the church.
Yes, because she said that the convention it run too late and God, some of it and all of these things. All right, so Apostle Kerriann Johnson is not the only pastor female I've been around. I've been around one in Maple, and she get the bad name just the same.
All right. Okay. So, people, I mean, right there, just right there, you can see that it's either jealousy or something. Because, see, he said that Pastor Kerriann, because the pastor name is Kerriann, she's not the only person who got, the bad name according to him. Obviously, he's been around female that caused his wife to feel insecure. Caused the wife to feel insecure. And that is the main reason why I think the wife could not trust him. But I blame the wife also because I'm like, if you cannot trust this man, why did you marry him? Why did you marry him? Did you marry him because he have a cute little face? Because, I mean, come on. Look at him. Look at him, guys. He have a cute little face. He have a cute little face. Being honest. Look cute, clean little man, yeah. Did you marry him because of that? Because if you marry him 2023 and within, I would say less than a year, because it depends on what time in 2023. It's less than a year. Because he didn't say he get a divorce in 2024. He said the same 2023 he got a divorce paper from the wife. And obviously, a trust issue was there. There was a trust issue. And it doesn't make any sense you're going to a marriage and there's no trust. It don't make no sense. And with this apostle, if you say you're a man of God, most likely maybe there was a lot of red flags before you even get into it. Because a lot of times, we see a lot of red flags going into marriage, people. And because we want to get married so bad, we just jump into it. Yeah, because we want to get married so bad, we put the red flags behind, put it where on the. But take Alicia Kim marriage for an example, right? There was a lot of red flags, a lot of red flags, and she still went into it. And for a lot of us also, when I was getting married, I see red flags. It wasn't as deep as what AK said, but I've seen red flags in my, before I got married, and I still went into it. And where's the marriage today? Right? Where's the marriage today? There's none. There's none. And this year would be 19 years. And there's none. No marriage. So sometimes we see red flags and we still run into it. Maybe he have seen red flags, because if in the space of a year and you started to have problem already. 1 year is when both of you supposed to want to be all over each other. All over each other. Right? 1 year. That's when you guys getting to know people more than anything else. Getting closer. Knowing, trying to know the person, what the person like from what the person don't like. Because if the fact that he said he's a Christian, he's an apostle. And the fact that he's an apostle, people, that doesn't mean that I don't think he did probably get to know the person before him jump into the marriage. But I see a lot of people blaming the pastor. And I wouldn't blame the pastor. I would blame the pastor. And if I was to blame anybody, I would blame the apostle. But who am I? I'm not going to judge him either. But let us listen and hear a little bit more what he's saying pertaining to what happened.
Relationship and all these things. Yes. Anyway, everything start there. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Everyone I go around, me and them there. Now, in 2024, I came here.
What did you learn about the church?
The church, I watched it over social media, over TikTok. Yes, I watched it a few times and so forth, but didn't have the zeal to go back to church. And then I met her in person, and she would have said, "Can you come and preach for me?" I said, "Really and truly, I don't want to be a part of any church, you know." But then and all of these things, so I decided to pay her a visit and everything. I came, get my deliverance, yes, get my breakthrough. She didn't tell me anything out of proposal. She told me the right, yes. So I cling to the church, but please note that she was okay with the apostle. They speak over phone, and they would have laughed with one another. And I remember she said to Pastor, "Take care of David for me." And then relationship get rocky. Apostle Kerriann would be the same one to counsel the two of us. Yes. She would have allowed talk to me, and I would have reached out back to her, and we talk. And she'd do the same thing again, and she would have run back to Pastor and apologize for her behavior and certain things. So I don't know, where did I go wrong?
Well, as far as I can see, whoever you're married to is a control freak. Whoever it is that you were married to is controlling, right? It's like, to me, you're just a baby because I don't know. That person is controlling. And if the person is controlling, why would you marry somebody in Jamaica, leave him in Jamaica, right? It's not like you can stay in America and see everything that the person is doing. Because in the beginning, guys, remember he said that if you go to the Western Union, she have to him have to show receipt. If you go to the grocery store, right? Him have to show the food in the house, in the fridge, or whatever. So that's a controlling person. Whosoever you're married to is a controlling person. And were you doing anything for them to be controlling so much? Because at some point in your life, you have to be able to let go and can trust your partner. Let go and can trust your partner. Put a little trust in it. But were you doing anything for her to be so insecure? Because to me, that was insecurity. Let me know what you all think down in the comment section. So we're gonna listen a little bit more because I said I'm not gonna go too deep into this because this is not my content. This is an interview by the star.
Was cheating and all of these things, because man don't run from happiness. Man stay in happiness, but you see when you want it.
That is it. A lot of people, you see, a lot of people got divorced, people, and sometimes you wonder why they get divorced. I used to think that. I remember back in Jamaica, and I was a member of this church, and there was a couple in the church. They've been married for years, and suddenly they got separated. The husband live at his house, the wife live at her house. They both have, their own house. They have 2 kids together. Husband live at his house, wife live at it. I mean, the two old couple, you know. And I was thinking, I started to think, and I started to say, why, when they reach, at a certain stage in their marriage, there comes divorce, there comes separation, until until it happened to me. Then I started looking into it, and I'm like, okay, nobody run from happiness. Nobody run from happiness. And a lot of times, this person want to be happy, the next person just want to live in their type of, I don't even know how to explain the type of life that they want to stay in. And you don't want to stay in that type of life, right? Because remember, we only have one life to live, people. We have one life to live. And for me, I believe that I only have one life to live, so I want to live it to the fullest. But a lot of times in life, not everybody think the same way, right? Not everybody think the same way. And for me, my happiness comes first. I used to be the type of person who I used to put everybody ahead of me. My kids, my husband, everybody. And Gillette stay behind. And I tell myself, say, hell no. Hell no. No more. Mm-mm. My happiness comes first right now. Comes first. So as he said, nobody run from happiness. And who knows, maybe he wasn't really happy in the marriage. But then again, did you do something? I'm not blaming you, the apostle, but did you do something? Because it's still a puzzle me to know that somebody married in this place and 1 year and 1 year you get a divorce paper. I mean, this is more like almost like Kim and Maki. Because remember, Kim married 2020 and 2021 she get a divorce. Why did this woman marry you? Did she marry you for you to come up and work and take care of her just like what Maki did where Kim is concerned? Oh no, let me know down in the comment section because I would really love to know because this sound like this is not a Maki, this is a Makisha. Some people. Let's look a bit more.
Peace. And just to clear up the hair now, they said that Apostle Kerriann Johnson obeyed me. He didn't obey me to come to her. Yes? I would have found love in Pastor. I would have found everything that I've prayed, I see in her.
I was coming to that. When did you see Kerriann and say, hey, so she look like she should have been wife?
Alright. So I remember one time over New Alba, where I used to live, she said to me that I should leave out of the house so she can get back her deposit. Didn't have anywhere to go. Yes, I said to Pastor, and Pastor would have taken me in for 1 year. She would have support me in the best way, Looking at her, she's a woman that pushed me, She's a woman that pushed me toward my destiny. And one thing allowed me to cling with her. She always have one word to tell me, stay with God. And when she used that word, I start to look, and validate everything. Because remember, my partner that I get married to, she told me that she will never ever support me in the ministry.
Although she knew you were.
Okay. So guys, I'm gonna stop it right there. But what I noticed with this church is a Rophead church. One of them Poco church. Well, I'm not really a Rophead or a Poco person. I mean, never ever. When I was a child growing up, there used to be one in my community. And I don't know. I'm not judging them and I'm not gonna say anything bad about them. But that's one denomination that I would never ever see myself in that denomination. Never. Based on what I see happen in my community with that one that was there, I would never, and I'm not gonna use everyone fat to fry the next person because maybe that's what some of you probably gonna say, but I would never ever find myself in that denomination. That type of denomination is not for me. right? It's not for me. But I think I might need to do part two, like the finishing of this part, because there was a part in it where I hear the apostle say, not the apostle, the pastor said that the apostle wife was saying that she obia him or something like that. And she said, no, it's not that, it's our front. And, I looked into it. I said, yes, you're only human. You're only human, because that's what she said. Yes, you're only human. And do we sin every day? Yes, we do sin every day. But there are times, certain things I think you're supposed to can deal with in a different way, especially if you're saying God. Right? If you're saying God, if you're out there preaching to people, winning soul for Christ's kingdom, and you're gonna say something like that. If I hear that out of your mouth, how are you gonna preach to me and tell me to come in? You know, that's not helping. That's not helping, because you tell the man, you tell him straight up. You tell the woman straight up, it's not obia. Are you front to use to hold him? And that's not nice for a pastor. I don't look at it that way and say that, oh yeah, this is a pastor thing. This is no. Mm-mm. You say you're a pastor. And I think that, yes, not every marriage is ordained by God, because a lot of times what we do, we go out there and we choose for ourselves. We don't allow God to choose for us. We choose for ourselves. Right? And when we choose for ourselves, and whatever we get, we blame it on God. Right? We blame it on God. But I strongly believe that the most thing you could do is, even though she said she was counseling them, right? And as I said before, I'm not blaming the pastor. Just that one thing that I hear she say, yeah, me blame her for that part. You don't say things like that. Yeah, me know she gonna say things to you that probably gonna hurt. But I mean, why are you gonna say, oh, I am a friend? If you know say you and the man don't sleep together, how you gonna say I your friend? Hold him. Make it make sense. This apostle looks like he act to me, based on what I see, he's a more like a baby. And then the woman, the pastor, she's the more, you know? Yeah, because to me, that is what I'm seeing. Based on this interview, and I watched this interview from the beginning to the end. And based on this interview, guys, the pastor, which is the female, which is Kerriann, to me, she is more the macho in the relationship. You know, to me, it's like she would have said whatever she say goes, and then this man is a baby, and people, let me tell you something. These are the type of relationship that I hate. I believe that if you're in a relationship with a man, the man's supposed to be the man. The man's supposed to be the man, not you being the man and the woman at the same time. That's a lot of work. I've been there, done that, so I can talk. I can talk. I remember there are days in my life when I cried to God and I said, God, why? But as I said, a lot of times I say some things in some videos, giving us some little clips, but yeah, that's for another video. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut this video because I have another video to do on AK. Not really an AK, but this other channel that I see taking on AK business. And I'm like, really no. Anyway, that's for another one. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the post notification bell. As soon as girl drop another one, you'll be the first to be notified. And remember, in everything you do, make sure you put God first. Make sure he's in the driver's seat and not the passenger seat. All right? Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.